Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back for another track guide, this time at Monza Combined in the Ferrari 296 for the Ferrari Challenge Edition. So this is using the fixed setup. The brake bias is shown on the dashboard. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and let's start the hot lap. Okay, let's start the hot lap. Hot lap that's going to go on for 2 minutes 43 seconds. Right, so I've decided this was the fastest line. I did try several of them. So in this opening part here, we are just keeping our right tyres above the line. And as you saw then in the sun cloud, this is the shiny part of the track. The racing line. So again, we're not wanting to go too high. We're not wanting to go down below that yellow line. Just trying to keep our steering wheel from actually doing too much. Just trying to keep it dead straight, letting the camber do everything for you. It appears the map is totally off here as we head into what would be turn 1. It was actually turn 3 or 4 on this. I'm looking for just after the 200, just before the 150. Braking up to about 90%, down to first gear, little blip on throttle, lift, and back on the gas. And to stop that traction control kicking in. Yeah, the map is just hopeless. That's race laps. Next braking point here is under the bridge. So we go through the bridge, we brake up to, again, about 80%, down to second gear, blip on the gas. Lift and then back on again, trying to avoid that gravel. And now just before the orange on the right hand side, trail off, leaving it in third gear, back on the gas. It's going to be the 50 meter now on the left. Exactly the same corner again. We can take a little bit more corner there. Going to move over to the outside, the right hand. And we're looking for, again, this orange bit on the barrier on the right-hand side. Brake up to about 80%, down into third, on the gas. Hold it, flat through there. Jump over the curve on the second apex there. Now finally, just before the 50, braking up to about 70%, long trail off, down to third gear, try and hold it smoothly on the gas. Head back over to the right hand side and over and across the line in a 2 minutes 43.593. Right, let's do the breakdown. Okay, breakdown. I'll try and go through it as fast as possible with it being such a mammoth long lap. I'm not going to slow it down here, but you can see whereabouts I am. And we're just trying not to turn the steering wheel. Trying to keep it as straight as possible. This is a test session started from the schedule. So it should be the track conditions that we experience using the forecasted weather. A nice early morning start. God, that bit's boring when you're by yourself. I'm sure it won't be in the race. As we look to what would be turn 1. So, the braking marker is midway between the 200 and the 150. So I'm going to go through the 200 as you can see here, and just before I get to the 150 I start braking, and I brake up to sort of 80-90%. Wipe that speed off. I've already dropped it down into second, dropped it down into first before I start trailing off and looking to mount this first apex. Quick blip of throttle And then I lightly dab the brakes up to about 15%, turn the car, and then try and get back on the throttle as soon as possible, without engaging that traction control. Right, next braking marker. So it's just after this bridge here, just before the 100, and this time we brake up to, again, about 82%, drop it down to second before I start trailing off. Make sure that we're taking a load of that curb on the left-hand side, quick blip of throttle, and now it's just a lift through the second chicane, the second apex here of the chicane. Then we're getting back on the gas, and as I say, we're trying to avoid going in that sand. I just gave it a little kiss. Next braking marker is just before this orange flashing here on the right-hand side of the barrier. I'm going to brake up to about 50%, trail it off, leave it in third gear, and now build back up on the gas. Don't go too early, because you don't want to end up in the kitty litter on the left. And again, we're using the 50-meter board this time. And again, braking up to about 60%, but this time we're going to take a lot more curb because it's actually allowable here. And again, getting back on the gas as soon as possible. Little correction on exit. And this time, so it's just before the 100 and just after this, again, the orange sort of marshal's entrance on the sidings here. And we're going to brake this time up to, well, 80%, wipe off that speed, drop it down into third. We're still trailing off, and then we're wanting to mount this curb here, get up to full gas, and now we're just going to hold it on full throttle and making sure that we, again, jump over that no-cut curbing on the left-hand side. Final corner to come. And it's just after the 100-meter board, as you see there, as I go through that. And this time you're braking up to about 70%. And again, long trail off, drop it down to third, try and hug the inside of the corner, building back up on the gas. And now we're on 100% gas, halfway through Parabolica. Just keeping it nice and smooth. And over and across the line in a 243.593. Right, we have one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy.